Hello everyone, welcome again to the next nakshatra. So we have been doing nakshatra series for some time just to get a glimpse of what nakshatra can do. And today's topic is about Magha. The last one that we did was Ashalesha. The next nakshatra is Magha. So both are related to snakes. So the Ashalesha is also snake. Ketu is also part of this snake. So this nakshatra is also about snake, and the Ketu is the one, and it is known as the kingmaker. Okay, kingmaker or from riches to rag or rags to riches. Both the stories is possible in this particular nakshatra. So it falls in the Leo sign. So the entire thing. So it is generally pronounced as Magha. Magha is what is said. Magha is like mega. So it's like large. So it is supersized, and you can take anything that happens with that. So you should look at the king's lifestyle where everything is mega size. They have lots of loans and other thing. That's a different issue. Every son, the moment you talk about any Leo thing, they will have a lot of loans, but they will capable of paying. So it is like it's almost like you see any government, it's not without loans. It has got loans. So okay, so it has got loans, but it has got capability to pay it off also. So that's how the Magha Nakshatras is what you have to see. So it can make a king as well as a pauper out of anybody. Okay, so now why king, why a pauper? Okay, and Ketu. So now you have to correlate all this thing. Ketu is supposed to be a non-materialistic planet. So the moment you call it a non-materialistic planet, you are supposed to think in those lines. Okay, so let's come to that as we proceed. Okay, so when we talk about this nakshatra, it exactly falls in Leo. Okay, in the first portion of Leo is what you can see. It will fall here. Okay, it falls here. It falls here in Leo. So the earlier sign, Ashalesha was also snake. This is also snake. So you are passing through, and this is the 0 degree. Okay. So where the next set of the nakshatra starts. Okay. From the first set of nakshatra is finished. The next set of nakshatras they start from. Okay. In Tamil we call it Simhavidi, or you can call it Leo street, because from here the Leo starts. Okay, from here the Aries was starting. From here to here it is Aries, right? Aries. From again this one. So these are zeros. These are all zeros. So there is a transformation that will happen here in this. So many people are afraid of this particular when you are born near this degree. They think there is a lot of challenges. No, some people they scare you of a lot of things. But let's not get into that scary picture. There's nothing called a scary all. It's all challenges that we have to face, and then we have to move ahead and face it and come out of it. Okay. If there is a nakshatra that is falling there, that does not mean everybody has to go through that. You have to understand the situation and then you have to cross that thing. Okay. So that is what it means. Okay. So let's look at the next one. So when somebody is born in this nakshatra, so let's see how it is. So for the first pada when somebody is born, so there is something called as Purna Kumbha Japam. Okay, they do it. For 7 days. They talk about 7 days, but if it is a male baby, then it's on the father's name. They are supposed to do 7 days. If it's a female, we are supposed to do it for 5 days. Okay, there is a cost attached to that. So in today's world, I don't know whether they really do for 7 days or 7 hours, okay, or 5 hours. So they will change it depending on how much money you have and all those things. That is up to you to go and look into that, because I am not going to get into that. But this is what is prescribed in some of the literatures. When it comes to second pada, when somebody is born, there is no specific shanti that has to be done, so you don't have to worry. When it comes to the third one, again you have to do the same puja. Same, like for the boy it is 7 days, for the girl it is 5 days. So for when it is boy, it should be done in the father's name. When it is in the girl, it should be done in the mother's name. Okay, so this is one. And on the fourth path also, there is nothing to worry about because there is no risk or nothing happens. So even if you don't do also, there might be problems. Okay, there might problems will comes with everybody's life. Not necessary means that if this is born, they will have this problem. Okay, what if Guru is seeing, has got a eye on this? So then the problem will get automatically get dissolved. So you have to look at the chart and then decide. Okay, these are all prescribed in the books, but it does it really affect if Guru is there and if seeing that particular pada, it is going to solve the problem. So you don't have to worry. So depending on chart to chart, you have to see and then you have to take a call whether you want to do this puja or not, because there is a cost associated with it, which going knowing well, some of them will fleece you for just doing this. Okay, so you need to know and then only take care of it and then do it. Okay, and then next one is what the deity of it is not Deva or some god or something like that. No Deva, it is Pitris. Pitrus, who are Pitrus? Pitrus are our ancestors. So that is what is the deity for this. So you have to offer prayers and other things to your forefathers. So you have to do the proper this thing at Amavasais. Okay, yearly once you have to do Shraddha you have to do. Basically, you have to remember it is more related to your forefathers. Okay, forefathers because it is assumed that if one dies and you have to keep them energized, right? No, so who is going to give them food when the earth somebody was feeding them? After the death, who is going to feed them? So to give them the energy to survive through the difficult period of when they are not in the earth, we are feeding them once in a year at least. Okay, you can feed them every Amavasai or new moon. You can do that, or you can do it once in a year. Okay, at least once in a year you are supposed to do. Okay, so this is more related to your ancestors so that your progeny is also survive well and they also feed you when you are, because it has to be practice, right? If you don't practice it for your own grandfather, your own say ancestor, you are not going to teach it to your kids. If you are not going to teach it to your kids, your kids are not going to follow that until and somebody comes and tells them. So it's better to practice it now and let them know that this is important, because it creates and it has been followed by almost like every country follows it in their own way. China follows it, India follows it, every other country follows it in their own way. So you have to remember that and then you have to do it. Okay, so many of the families where the family is coming to a standstill or no kids or only female kids, something like the way the lineage is being cut, there's an indication that the Pitrus, we call it Pitrudosham, okay, or something like that, and we ask them to offer some what you call prayers to them, do some remedies for that. Okay, so sometimes we ask them to go back to their hometown to find who was that, and then because astrology will only tell you the direction and where it is and what kind of a god or goddess it would have been. It will give an indication. It is up to the individual to go talk to their relatives and other things to find out, and then go and do. And there is interesting case, a couple of interesting cases where they have been struggling a lot. They come and they happens to be Christians. Okay, when they happen to be Christians and they are somewhere down the line they are converted, right? Somewhere then. So today they are facing problem. They are believing in astrology. So when they come back to astrology, then it shows Pitru Dosham. When it shows Pitru Dosham, we say look at the seventh, we look at the fifth house, and then we say this is how it is. So many people go back to their history, which is about 50, 100 years, 200, 300 years back also, and they find out that this was there because some of the relatives have been following that even after conversion. Okay, through them they find out which is the temple and other things, and they do that. Okay, this is what I have seen. Okay, when we see when you don't have a solution for anything, everything comes to a standstill. That is where they go, they find out, and they go and do that. So this has been true to very great extent in almost all religions across the world. Okay, so you go to China, you go to Indonesia, you go to US, the Christians have got their own way of their own these things. Okay, so you have to go and pray to your early once you go, right? You go to the graveyard and you put the flowers there. You remember them and come, right? They have their own ways of doing it. So in the Indian context, you are supposed to cook food, offer them, and normally birds is the one they see that as our Pitrus. So they go to the skies, right? Pitrus are assumed that they're gone to the skies. So that is why we feed to crows, birds, and all those things on that day. So that's how you have to take it. Okay. So the next one that you will see is this particular nakshatra. Okay, they are born leaders. Fifth house, right? Fifth house, first Ketu. They are born leaders. By default, they will have naturally they will have this thing because Ketu is nothing but your past. So in the past, whatever knowledge you have gained, probably you were acting like a king or something like that, and you will have those characteristics coming to you naturally. Any Magha person will be very they will be having a lot of management skills. Okay, the problem will come because of the management skills. They always will have this what you call ego, and they will talk a lot about prestige issues. Okay, and they will try to talk about ethical codes. Okay. But at the same time, what will happen is Magha Nakshatra people, what they will do is, if they are non-materialistically working, okay, if you are talking about somebody who is working not for himself but for the society, he will flourish. I don't know where the money will come from, he will get the money, he will flourish. If the same person is materialistically inclined and working towards money and making money, and he will see a downfall. Some of the kings, okay, if you take Pondicherry's chief minister, Ramaswamy. So he is a king on his own. Okay, he does not bother about the money. Okay, but he does. Modi, for example, he does not want money for himself. He does it for the society. Okay, so okay, don't talk about other things. He created that rule. Modi created this, that. So I am not interested in that. I am only saying as a character, he does not want money for himself. He is doing it for the society. Of course, there are some in between elements that use it that you cannot help it. Okay, that's but as a thing. So that is good for him. Okay, there are others. Okay, like we have some ministers who scam. Okay, who go behind money, and this you see a very drastic downfall for them. Okay, those are the characters when the kingmakers. So the Magha will make them a king, but the behaviors of them will make them pauper, and they will be landing in jail or someplace. So you have to take it that way. Okay, so I'm not talking about only about the ministers. It could happen in a business front. He could be managing a big company and he could be unethical. Okay, he's only amazing money and not doing nothing. Okay, so the Magha Nakshatra will do that. Okay, there is one case where I know when ALP Lagna was crossing through Magha, because in ALP when the Magha when the ALP Lagna is crossing, we take that as Lagna and then we talk. So when we talk about that, I know a couple of people where they are in jail now. Before that they were COs. Today they are in jail. Okay, so depending on what this thing is, not everybody cannot become a king, right? So depending on what job you are doing, you have to be very careful especially when it is a Magha Nakshatra. Okay, so let's continue. So if you look at some of the stories connected with Magha, okay, this is one of the stories of Pitrus. Okay, so when Karna's story is very famous. I think many of you would have heard about this. So Karna dies. Okay, he is supposed to be the eldest son of or the brother of all Pandavas. Okay, born to Kunti through the sun god. Okay, so when he goes to the heavens. Okay, so they give him only gold. Okay, so he's surprised. He said, "Why you are giving me only gold? Why you are not giving me something to eat?" Okay, so then they say that is what you gave in the earth. You only gave gold to everybody. You didn't give food or you didn't give anything else. Okay, so then he went back to the earth. So when he went back to, then he was asked to go back, and then he was asked to give food instead of gold, because Pitrus want food. Okay, they want food and other things. So you have to give them only, not only gold. So this is just a message saying that just because I am donating, no, I am donating only gold, I am only donating diamond. It's not like that. You have to look at what you are trying to give to your ancestors. So what they need food. Okay, so that is what. It could be vegetarian, it could be non-vegetarian, depending on your thing. Okay, some people give alcohol, some people will give cigarettes to their ancestors, some people will give, not, they will cook non-veg and give. Some people are strictly following vegetarian. So it's all to their culture. There's nothing, their habits and their way of life. So I don't want to say that it has to be purely vegetarian or something like that. Something that, so you should feed them what they were used to, that. Okay, normally what they used to like. Okay, that's how they do it. So there is another story of Lord Krishna and serpent related to Magha Nakshatra. So it is connected where Krishna takes care of the snakes, this thing, and he dances on it, and he controls the snake, five-headed snake. Okay, which happens to be the, he takes control of it. So basically, it is an indication that when it comes to this particular nakshatra, you have to win over your desires, because if you don't win over to desires, the snake will kill you. That is what is from riches to rags. Okay, riches to rag will happen if you do, if you are not able to control your desire. Okay, and given you the power and other things, and the authority that you will try to do mistakes. So the day you start doing the mistakes, it will destroy you. So Magha Nakshatra character, this will happen to them. Okay, one example I told you, which I have personally seen. Okay, CEO today in jail. Okay, so now there is one more thing. And Pitris. Pitris, especially during Mondays, is what we generally go and offer them the prayers. Okay, so we give any kind of foods that you have to give. Sometimes people give it to clothes also, they will offer. Generally in my home, we will buy new, if saris, new vesti and no tundus and other things, all we will buy, and we will offer them to the Pitrus on that day. Not every month, once in a year we will do that, and we will give it to them. Okay. Sometimes we will call the priest to do the puja also at home, but generally we will do it ourselves. When we think that we have to call a priest and do it, but again, it's not a very expensive thing, but some of the priests today are like that. No, in the last year when we did, we had to pay around 3,500 rupees for the priest just to do that. Okay, so that was a fleeting. Okay, but that's the way today's life is about. I remember it does not cost more than 500, 600 rupees, because he will come, he will within 15, 20 minutes he will finish the puja and he will walk off. And when he is going, we will give him all the materials. Okay, we will buy him almost like 5, 6 kgs of rice, vegetables, all that will can be used. So he gets enough. But still there is option that they ask for more money, and we don't have an option in these days, because you don't get pujaris whenever you want, and you say, okay, let him go, we give the money and we do that. Okay, so that is what today's lifestyle is all about. Okay, that's one. So okay, no, nothing to crib about, because we wanted to do it for our ancestors, we did it. Okay, so that's how it is, so we do that. So there is one more story. Okay, so this is Jartaka. Okay, this is related to already the stories that we have said. Okay, remember in one of the sessions we spoke about the snake. One lady prayed, and she got all the kids as snakes, and the other one, Garuda and Aruna, were born. Okay, so this is related to this. So Jarakota was there, and he he was not married. Okay, he never bothered to get married, and he was sage. So, but at one point of time, somewhere he sees his ancestor stuck in a hill. Okay, and then he asked me, why you are there. Then he says, the ancestor stuck there. He says, I'm stuck here because you don't have a kid. Okay, who can, and you don't offer anything to us. And then he says, based on that, then he agrees to get married. And but what it is, he puts a lot of rules. He says, I want like this, I want the name should be like mine, I want her to follow everything. She should come in, she should come to me willingly, and I am poor, so that should not be taken as a account. All these things, rules and regulations, he will put. So then he will put all those things to fulfill this thing. Though Vasuki's daughter will be there of the similar name. So what they will do is he will get married to her, and they will be they will be married to her, and they'll be living there. Okay, they'll be living there, and finally he will impregnate her, and he will be sleeping. So, but he will be doing this Pitru Puja every day, or day, depending on the timing. All he will not miss. He will do. So one day he will be sleeping after doing the intercourse. All after that he will be tired. He will be sleeping. So his wife will be a bit worried that he is not doing his puja because that was his goal. So she will go quietly and she will wake him up and say, "This is what is happening. You are supposed to do the puja. I think you are tired." So he will get enraged because of that comment from enraged with the wife. So he will say, he will curse her and he will say, I'm not going to live with you. And he will leave her and run off outside and he will go and live. Okay, but when after going, this lady then Vishnu and other things will talk and they will say that she didn't do purposefully. She did it because she wanted you to do the puja. Then he will say, okay, you will be born with one good intelligent son who will save the clan of the snakes. So that is another story, okay, that will be there. So that he will go and he will do that. So, but the story is, your ancestors will suffer if you don't offer the uh, rites for them. That is what is Magha Nakshatra's essence. Okay, so this story all indicate towards only to that. Please do uh, puja to your ancestors. Okay, offer them. So they will go this. There's one more story. Okay, so this one of the Chola princes would have slayed one Brahmin who was very pious and he was doing pujas and other things. So he will be always will be hunted by Brahma Rakshasa. So he will be running, he will be trying to escape from that, but it will not leave him. It will be following Brahma Rakshasa, will be troubling him and following that. So at one point of time, he will to escape from this, he will go into this Mahalingeshwara temple, okay, inside. So once he goes into the temple, he will ask the Shiva for the help. So what Shiva will do is, you have come from this door, get out from the other door, he will not be able to capture you. That way he comes in from one door and exits from the other door, and Brahma Rakshasa he is not able to follow him and he leaves the Chola king. So this is taken, even till today, if you go to this temple, okay, Mahalingeshwara temple, so you go inside, exit from the other side. You don't come back from the same door. That way you leave all the bad things and you start off a new life. Okay, so when you have such problem like Pitru Dosham and thing, you can also go to this temple, offer your prayers to Shiva. You go into one door and get out exit in the other door. Okay, so it is said this particular temple, Vinayagar, Murugar, Parvati, Kali, Lakshmi, Vishnu himself, Brahma, everybody seems to have worshipped Mahalingeshwara here in this particular temple. Okay, this is something special. So if you get an opportunity to go to Mahalingeshwara temple, it's in south. So you can go. You just Google it out. Mahalingeshwara temple in south, you will get it. So you can go to it if you get an opportunity. This is one of the histories of it. Okay, so Mahalingeshwara is there in Tiruvidumadutur. Okay, in this country, in this particular location in Tamil Nadu. Just Google it. You should be able to find it out. Then you can go and offer this thing to the goddess, and then you can get rid of some of the Pitru doshams that you have. Okay. Even some of them, they say, even if you have Vastu doshas at your home, coming to this temple solves that. Okay. So that you have to vouch, and you have to experience it and let me know. I myself don't know much about whether that Vastu issue gets resolved. Okay, you can try it out if you are living close by or if you get the opportunity to go there. Okay, some of the best remedies that you can do for Pitru Tarpan is what Tarpanam is what you do. Okay, Amavasai we can do. Okay, this is they take the black sesame seed, boiled rice. They will pray to the god. They will call your Kuladeva, and they will offer it. Okay, Tarpanam you will do that. Okay, they will keep that 6 rice, boiled rices thing, and then you have to flow it into the water. So you can do that. Okay, you can either call a priest or you can do it yourself. I think PV Narasimha, he has put a lot of videos on doing that. So you can use that and do it yourself. There's no need for a priest. Okay, for doing that, you can do that. Generally, after that, what you do is you donate something to the priest. Okay, priest or somebody. Okay, it could be if your imam is there, then you go and give it to him, or any priest kind of a person, you go and give it to them. Okay, so you do that. Okay, so basically, Magha Nakshatra is like he will make you feel like you are the owner of the company or the head of the company, even though you don't own it. Okay, so but what you have to remember is it's like a political chair, right? So always any position is like big position is like a chair, right? Once the chair is gone, you are gone. You are gone. Then somebody else will come and sit in the chair. So when you are sitting in the chair, you are supposed to be taking your wisdom. You have to be very ethical and doing things properly. Okay, so you should not do it. So once you do that, there is no limit for your growth until your death. So you will be seen as a super duper person. Okay. So, and having a southwest and northwest direction. Okay, so they say if you have a what you call brass eagle on that side, it seems to be having good effect on the person. Okay, so you can think of buying a brass eagle and putting it. When I say brass, don't buy one small one and put it. It has to be sizable enough so that you can visualize and appreciate it. Okay, so that's how it should be. So then praying regular to Lord Ganesha Ketu. Okay, so remove the obstacles, and then it is normal for any Ketu. Ganesha is the easiest and first one. Okay, you get him almost everywhere you have. Okay, then you visit on Magam, Swati or Mula is on those days, because all are you can go to on that days and pray to the god. And you should try to wear dark color clothes. Okay, generally these people will like to wear dark color clothes. Okay, okay, this level on the ministers, but when you talk about kings, you will see wearing purple drapers, red colored drapers, that kind of a dress, heavy dresses. Okay, that is what you will see, heavy colorful dark colored one, that is what you will see them wearing. If you go to museums or some places where you have these portraits of kings and nothing, you will see they're wearing very heavy dark dresses, emerald color dress or red color, purple, velvety shirts, things like that is what they will wear. Okay, not the politicians wearing, not the white, not this guy, but they will wear that kind of heavy colors. Okay, so worshipping Magha, okay, when the Magha Nakshatra, you should worship to Lord Shiva, chanting Om Namah Shivaya 108 times as usual. Okay, you can do that. It is a very effective way to pray to God. Okay, so you should feed and donate to Pandits or the Brahmins. Brahmins, if you are a Hindu, you go and give it to a Brahmin. If you are a Muslim, you are supposed to go and give it to your Imam. If you are Christian, you are supposed to go and give it to your fathers and other things. Who is a priest, basically? You should go and give it to them. So then this Bringaraj is one route. Okay, so that you can wear it on your body. Whoever has got Ketu, it removes a lot of negative energy from you. So you can perform some of the homas like Surya Homa, because it is Surya's house. Ketu Shanti Homa, because Keti, or you can simply perform Ganapati Homa. Ganapati Homa is the all-rounder. For any problems, you can go and do Ganapati Homa at home. One thing is, it does not have any negative effects. Second thing, it's very cost effective, you can do at home. And rest of things might cost you a bit more, and it's not that easy to you to get a good priest to do it. Ganpati Homam, you yourself can do it, okay, or you can call some priest and get it done. Okay, remember after the puja is done, donate something to your priest. Okay, that's how you have to do. So take care of this thing, and whenever you want to do something, take the advice of some known astrologer. Okay, so that he gives you some kind of a clear-cut picture, who is to a certain extent genuine. Okay, so let's look at Magha Nakshatra. Magha means something that is big. Okay, it's a power wise it's big, wealth wise it is big, and everything. Magha Nakshatra, when it falls on the first pada, it is ruled by Aries, because the D9 will fall on Aries. So the moment D9 is Mars. Okay, so Mars is governed by that. So this person will be energetic, willful. They will be working hard, pushing to the limits. Okay, very good in articulating things, and he will be very brave. Sports, soldiers, all those things will come under military persons, police guys, all will come under these nakshatras. Okay, they will suffer. Generally, they will suffer from ear disease. They will talk too much. They are very bit cruel in their characters. Okay, they are nice people, but they will always fall sick. Okay, this particular nakshatra. When it comes to the next pada, it is Venus. So these are a bit Venus is there, but it is are a bit slow. They won't be so fast in picking up. Generally, this pada will struggle later, early in the life. Then they'll be okay after. So what the problem is, like, they will have these egos which will slow down their growth. So if they understand that and if they work on that, they should be able to grow faster. It's like, no, I know this, so I will not do this. Like going against his father, saying that another ego will stop him from asking somebody. Okay, so that kind of a thing will spoil his growth. So he has to understand that, and then he has to then grow. Then he has to, then a bit, when aggressiveness has to be brought down, and then he has to go. Okay, so he has to understand that. So after some time, he will become wealthy. Okay, he will have a lot of children. He will have a good physique. Okay, whether it's a female or a male, they will have good physique. They will look nice to, when you look at them, they will look nice, and they have a good respected relatives within their circle. Okay, they won't have downtrodden relatives. They have all good relatives with them. Second pada. When it comes to the third pada, it is ruled by Mercury. Mercury means intelligent, so automatically this person will become educated. He will become social, because third house from that. So social, nice speaking language. He will speak multiple languages. He will be listening very nicely. Okay, natural writers, readers, all these things will come. They will write just by sitting. They will write beautiful stories. So they can talk when they talk, they will have a bit of ego tinge in them. Okay, they always will have an ego tinge in them. Then when they talk. Okay, so they are generally knowledgeable. They are having lots of childrens. Okay, have you seen most of the ministers or kings, or they have a lot of childrens. Generally speaking, they will have a lot of children, lot of wives, lot of children. That all they will have. So you have to take that into the sense. Okay. So Magha Nakshatra, fourth pada. So fourth pada is moon. So automatically they will be very caring. Moon character. So they will be more emotionally charged, very creative. They will be good painters. You will get some kings. You get painters, like you see the Charles painting very well. So that kind of characters will come. They will be able to paint. There will be a bit pride. They will be having a loyal surroundings with them. So they like their country, they love their countries, because fourth house, right? They will love. They care about their senior citizens in there. So no, like that. Okay. So they will support religious things. Okay, when they're born in this. If it depending on whatever religion they buy, they will do a lot of religious thing, and they will do a lot of carry out a lot of good work in their life. So essentially, Magha Nakshatra, when you talks about, you have to be a bit careful with Magha, because it's a Ketu. Ketu is non-materialistic. So when you work with non-material thing, when you work with non-material thing, you will be able to work very well. Okay, the moment you are talking about material thing, when you're working on the material, when you talk and walk material thing, this nakshatra will definitely bring you down at some point or the other. So the essence is, you take this thing, be a doctor, be a medical maybe a compounder, or be a politician, be a king, be a CEO of a company, be a supervisor, be a housemaker, whatever you are. At the moment it comes to Magha Nakshatra, your attitude should be non-materialistic. But you should do. Your money will come, everything will come to you if you follow this. Okay, so that is the essence of it. And you always have to remember your Pitrus, okay, ancestors, and take their blessings before doing anything. And then only it will do. So the nakshatra another has got another problem. If you see in the olden days, the kings and they would have killed their own fathers. Okay, so this is also there. So that is why we say take care of the Pitrus, because you don't have to do such bad things. So these are all warnings. These are all indications that people will do. So we give. So you also have to take the essence of it and then modify yourself and then go ahead and live a better life. Okay, astrology is that, right? Astrology basically, science does not talk about many things. So astrology basically takes you to the, shows you the way to the moksha. You want to follow it, go to the moksha. You don't want to follow it, suffer. Who is bothered? Next life you will come back to the same thing. So that's what astrology shows you the way. It's up to you to pick it up and up to you to process it and live a happy life and keep everybody happy around you. That's it for today. Hope it was interesting for you. Thanks a lot for listening. If you want more details, do comment, and I will try to reply back or write to me. And thank you. I will also put this thing on some yogas which I have been preparing. Some nice yoga. So I will be trying to put that as a knowledge sharing video. So keep watching. So I hope it all helps everybody. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye bye.